I'm bothered by a couple of things. I'm bothered by the vast amount of misinformation and disinformation that's that's flooding us. The mechanism for that is the internet and social media, and we have far more information thrown at us now than we did 50 years ago, and that has been an opening for misinformation and disinformation. And that has had a polarizing effect on our society, and not just American society, but all over the world. The other thing that bothers me is the lack of critical thinking in the general public. Critical thinking is not owned by scientists. All of us practice critical thinking in certain ways, like balancing your checkbook involves critical thinking.
Yeah.
Or if you have a child who's sick and trying to figure out what's wrong with the child before you send it to a doctor, that involves testing and experiment. And critical thinking is just testing your ideas against observation and being willing to throw out ideas that conflict with observation. That's critical thinking. And I think that if more of the public had practice in critical thinking, they would not be so victimized by misinformation and disinformation. You
Yeah.
would be able to wade through all of this stuff that's thrown at us and decide some of it's likely to be true and some of it's unlikely to be true.
And I guess it's also because critical thinking, scientific thinking, logic, all of that is hard things, right? I mean, we know we're humans, we're not fully capable of doing those things. It requires effort and
Yes, but there's some simple steps that we can all do. For example, where do you get your news? I would suggest that you not trust one source for your news.
I basically trust no one. I don't listen to any news.
Yeah. Well, but I mean, most people believe what they believe because of getting news from somewhere or talking to somebody.
And confirmation bias, and because it
Yeah,
confirmed
confirmation
them.
bias. So who do you accept as an authority? You shouldn't listen to only Fox News and you shouldn't listen only to CNN. You should listen to a range of different sources of news and you should talk to a range of different people. That's something that we can all do. It doesn't require a PhD in mathematics.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
cross-referencing and thinking.
Cross-referencing.
But it's hard. That's why we most people avoid it. It
It
takes
takes more time. It takes some effort.
yeah.
If you just tune the channel in to CNN or Fox News and leave it on all day, that's the easiest path. You're not able to detect bias if you're listening to only one channel. And we all need a little bit of skepticism.